What's up, Sip Sip? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming back to Sip, Smoke, and Share. But the government shutdown is day 22, is today. And so like most Americans, we don't feel like this shutdown. If you're not a federal worker or work for the federal government, you're probably unaffected by the shutdown based on just what you hear on the news or you hear people talking about. The government shutdown doesn't affect you. And so let me just give you some. This is just what I did. So if you're interested, you're interested. If you're not, so we're talking about health insurance. And so what I heard on the news yesterday about 6 o'clock, I was listening to one of the news stations and affiliates, and they said that the average American household, if the Affordable Cares Act tax credits are not extended, then the average American household will see an increase in their health coverage. So the Affordable Cares Act, which they called ObamaCare, which was a fear-mongering tactic in itself, but that's a totally different story. So the Republicans don't want to come to the table and negotiate. The Democrats want to extend the Affordable Cares Act tax credits to keep the health premiums at a minimum, because if they are not extended, then most Americans won't be able to afford health insurance. So if you think that this thing isn't affecting you, then you may be right, unless you travel. You know, the government being shut down. But as long as it's shut down, everything is cool. If you travel, you know, it affects you because of the air traffic controllers. But other than that, other than health insurance, you really have no dog in the fight. But what I heard yesterday is that the average American can see about a $1,400 increase a year. So that's about $125 a month. You know, say about $65 a pay period that I'm gonna have to pay next year after the credits are cut, the tax credits, if they're not extended, then I'm gonna have to pay another $65 a pay period for my health insurance. So the average cost of a family of four, the health insurance is about $27,000 a year. And that for a single person is about $10,000 a year. You understand what I'm saying? So who can afford that if the employer doesn't help absorb some of that cost? So that's what it is, and that's what's going on. So if that doesn't, you know, do something to you, then hey, whatever. But I just thought I'd bring that little tidbit so you can look for an increase next year. You understand, in your health coverage. And, you know, and I don't want to put this out in the air, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. And that's based on what your company is paying now. And companies now may start to pay less coverage or cover a smaller percentage of your health coverage, which your premiums may go up based on what you pay. You know, they take out of your check. The companies, you know, hopefully the companies will stay where they are and they don't start to pay a smaller percentage of the premium. So that may increase it even more. But hey, it involves you, but it doesn't involve you. But you should get involved. You need to start watching and seeing what's going on, because everybody's just, oh, it's just another day. No, it's not another day. Shit is getting serious. And you better start paying attention. So this is your wake-up call. Wake up. Wake up. Ding dong. So y'all have a good one. Sip, sip.